Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be talking about the cluster bar chart and the clustered column chart in Tableau. First, starting with clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart displays multiple bars side by side within each category, making it easy to compare the values across different categories. Each bar represents a category and the height of the bar indicates its value. By clustering the bars together, user can easily compare the values between the categories while maintaining their individual distinctions. And if we talk about the cluster column charts, they are very similar to the clustered bar charts. Clustered column charts display the multiple vertical columns side by side within each category. This format allows the users to compare the values between categories more easily, with each column representing a category and the height of the column indicating its value. So let's go to the Tableau screen and see how can we create these clustered bar charts and clustered column charts over there. So to create this, what I'll do is I will make this new page, and you can find the clustered bar charts over here in the visualization just beside the stacked column charts. So over here, I have this clustered bar chart. I can click on it and it would appear over here in the canvas. I will just increase the size of it. Now, what are the things that we need in order to create this clustered bar charts? Over here, if you see, I have this option of y-axis, x-axis, legend, and the small multiples, and tooltips as well. So similar to the stacked bar and stacked column charts, if you don't know where do we start from and how can you create this particular kind of visualization, all you need to do is just drag and drop the particular column name into your visualization and it would create the visual for you. And after you have created that visual, you can just format it and customize it according to your need. So let's say I again want to see the category wise distribution of the sales. So for that, I can drag and drop these categories over here in the visualization, and I can again drop this sales over here in the visualization. Now it is showing me the similar bar chart that it was showing me previously in our previous session. Now I want to divide these each bars into multiple bars, and each particular part would be showing me different subcategories. To do that, what I can do is I can drag and drop this subcategories over here. Now you can see it is creating some clusters which is related to the specific subcategories. So over here, I can see these particular bars are showing me the different kind of subcategories. And over here, I have these cluster of bars. Now, how is it different from the stacked bar chart? So if I go in the page 2, where we have created the stacked bar charts, you can see there was this single bar for each of the category. And in that single bar, we had this distribution of multiple subcategories, which were represented by some smaller chunks. But it is entirely different over here when we are talking about the stacked, when we are talking about the clustered bar chart. Over here, I can see the multiple bars that have been made over here. Similarly, if you want to create some other parts, like let's say if you want to create it based on some market region, what you can do is, let's say I'm not using this particular subcategory now in the legend. Instead of that, I'm using this market region. So I can drag and drop this market over here. So you can see it is showing me now multiple bars, and these all bars are making some clusters. So right now you can see it is looking a bit different than what it was looking in the subcategory, because it is able to recognize the data and that data is not very small. Some of the subcategories may give the results in negative, and some of the subcategories may give the sales result too low. Not negative, but too low. Negative would be in the terms of, let's say, profit. When we will be talking about profit, I will show you that some of that part have negative information as well in terms of the profit values. So over here, I have this cluster of various bars. So this is the way in which you can create the clustered bar chart. Now, again, if you want to increase or decrease the font sizes, the text sizes, you can go to this format visuals and you can make some changes to it. So I will select this visual and then I'll use this format this visual option. Right now, the only thing that I want to switch on right now is the data label. So I will click on data labels and it has been now turned on. Then again, I will quickly go to the x-axis and I will increase the size of the values to 15. And similarly, I will go to the y-axis and I will increase the size to 15. And same thing you can do with this data label. So go on the data labels and you can increase the value size to, let's say, 12. Now you can view it easily. If you want to look at it as the focus mode, what you can do is you can hover over this visual and you can see this second icon. It says focus mode. So that if you want to see it in a zoomed view, you can click on it. Now, when you are in the focus mode, To come out of the focus mode, you can use this option of back to report. After you have made these changes, what you can do is you can customize it more according to your need. Let's say if you want to sort this data in a systematic way, you can also do it. You can change the bar colors also, and you can also give the background some different sheet of color. You can turn on the grid lines. So all these things we would be looking at in the upcoming sessions where we will be specifically talking about formatting your visuals. Then let's try to create the clustered column chart. Now, clustered column chart is very similar to the clustered bar chart. The only difference is between the orientation of these two. So I will click on this clustered column chart. I will expand the size of it. And again, I will choose this category. I will choose the category by sales. So I will use the sales option. And then I will use this subcategory as well. Now you can see that it is trying to make these subcategories in the x-axis and the sum of the sales in the y-axis. And the category has now came in the place of this legend. So I don't want it to look like it. So what I can do is I need to manually change the things that are in the category and subcategory. So for that, I can go in this part and I can drag this subcategory over here in the legend and I can bring this category over there in the x-axis. So if you are not able to bring it out, what you can do is you can just click on this cross icon and it would remove the subcategories from the x-axis, and then you can directly drag and drop this subcategories over here in the legend part as well if it is taking you a lot of time to do that. Now you can see the distribution of the category wise sales, and all these bars are showing me the different subcategories that are present inside it. So in this way, you can try to create some visuals which are in the form of multiple bar charts. Over here, each particular set of bars, that is the cluster of bars, is showing you some categories, and the individual bars are showing us the subcategories. So these are the parts in which where the bars are following some parent-child relationship. Over here, the parent is technology, and inside that the child are the subcategories. Similarly, you can do these kind of things when you are dealing with the countries data. Inside the countries data, you can try to make the clusters of bar depending on the different states. So that can also be a possibility of thing. So you have this data, so you can practice along with the help of multiple columns that are present over here, and you can try to form any relationship between, let's say, region and market for the exercise file. This was all for this session. I'll be seeing you in the next session where we'll be talking about the 100% stacked bar and 100% stacked column chart. Thank you.